Hello, my name is Raymond Karczewski. I'm a living Christ. I am the truth, the life, and the way. What have I just said? I've offended many of you who call yourselves Christians. You are all Satanists. And I'm going to prove it to you in this video. If you have been following my videos for the last, several decades, you'll find that I have been under attack most of that time. Very few people, some people agree, accede to the uh, truth that I speak of. And it is a fact that I only speak truth. And what is that? You see, truth is non-dualistic. It is of the subconscious mind, the non-dualistic mind, the divine mind, the God mind. Each of you have that subconscious mind within you. However, we also have the satanically ruled conscious intellect, that which is indoctrinated, that which is trained. That is the mind of dualism. Now we have the subconscious mind is non-dualistic, oneness, truth, no division. Then we have the satanic intellect, which is conscious, trained, dualistic, divided, opposing, argumentative, divisive. You know, now there you have it. The subconscious mind, the mind of God, the mind of truth, the mind of oneness, and the satanic mind, which is based in dualism, conflict, confusion, confoundment, fear, civilized, based in rules, based in words. You understand? You have a world based in words, based in definitions that have, on the other hand, confusion, divided attention, opposers, both within yourself, which is called a conscience, and without, which is called opponents. Which mind do you live in? I venture to say that almost all of you worship, give allegiance to your conscious intellect, because that is the mind of the known. But that known is based in illusions, words, ideas. And these are all illusions. They're not real. They're fictions. They're artificial constructions that you believe to be real. They're based in your learning process, your satanic learning process. You see, you, in your subconscious, are the whole of what is, because you're non-dualistic. You are the truth, the light, and the way. When you're in your conscious intellect, you are the servant of the God that you worship. So you are worshiping thought, concepts, ideas, illusions. And they form the behavior. You have just fallen from grace of being the God, the creator of your own life. Not somebody else's life, because then you're already in judgment of duality, of another. Judge not, lest ye be judged. You've heard that before. These are all the coded words of the Bible that all of you believe to be the work of God. And they are. They're the God of intellect. They're Satan. Are you shocked? I've just told you a truth. There's the law of nature, the law of what is, and then there's the satanic law of belief, the world of what should be, past, present, future. In the world of oneness, there is just now, this moment, and that is eternal. It's timeless, beyond comprehension. It is what is. It is not defined. When you define it, you create a world of illusion. Oh, I know I'm confusing the hell out of you, but that's what hell's all about. Hell is your confusion. Hell is your state of mind where you don't know which way is up. Everything is bass-backward. Everything is upside down, twisted, turned, convoluted, confused. The law, man's law, all man's law is satanic because it's based in intellectual concepts. You must abide by defined word rules. You're in an artificial world when you are worshiping words. Do you understand that? There are no words in nature. There is just what is, an energy that is unfolding, and you either are with the flow of it, or you have created an obstacle and are placed into an artificial world you call civilized, and you pay the consequences. There are always consequences to actions when you're living in hell. Cause and effect. But these are all normal to you because you've learned them. You have been told that, repeated that, reinforced that every turn of events. When you look to authority, what is authority? It is something that is not you, based in duality. You have then, by agreement, by contract, sold your soul, your wholeness, your oneness, your non-dualistic subconscious mind, the divine mind, the creative mind. Now, what's the solution open to everyone, one and all? It's living in balance. If you are unbalanced in your subconscious mind, you're deemed crazy, but you're deemed crazy by those who live in their conscious intellect, but they're also crazy because that's the other extreme. You're caught in the throes of the extremes of the subconscious, the unknown, the infinite energy, and the known, the satanic, memory-based mind, based in conclusions, words, definitions, rules, regulations. That's the world you live in. I've just described hell to you, and most of you are shocked by that. You feel the powers of hell, but you didn't know that it was hell. Why? Because I put a word to that energy. Hell is civilized life. And you must contract your soul away to be civilized. You must sign your name on the contract, because Satan operates by contract only. He is a seductor. You're a seductress. He seduces you into a better way of life, the promise. But promises are illusions. And you want that. You want that illusion of success, of power, of wealth. And you're quick to put your name, to sign your signature on the line. You've just made a contract. You've just agreed to be a denizen of hell. Call yourself citizens. Another word for that is a Satanist. For Satan rules the civilized world of the intellectually mind-controlled billions, legions, as they're called in the Satanic Bible. All that is contradiction. And that contradiction is responsible for all of the suffering in the world. And your conscious intellect excuses it, blames others for it. Blames. You can only blame in a dualistic environment. You blame another. There are two. There's you and the other. And the other is responsible for your pain, your suffering, your confusion. That's your delusion. In fact, you are one in your non-dualistic subconscious mind. You are God, the God of your own life. But if your life is confused, dualistic, you have sold your soul. You've signed your signature on the dotted line, and you've contracted with Satan. He now owns you. He has declared you to be a person, a non-living entity, a corporation. Oh, who's the arbiter of all this? The judicial system. The judicial system is Satan. They enter into your life in all your relationships. They declare you to be subject to their rules. And their rules are satanic deceptions, fictions. And you're glad to live in that world because it promises you excitement. You find being holistic boring, and you're looking for stimulation. And God, the oneness of life, the essence of you, for you're all children of God. You are God made manifest in the physical manifestation. For God is all of creation. The land, the sea, the fish, the animals, all manifestations of what? Of that which is. What is that which is? I am that I am. It's God. Shocking? Only depends on how you look at it. If you're looking at it from a dualistic point of view, it doesn't make sense. Because you crave sense, you crave logic, you crave scientific explanations. Well, all explanations are fictions. You're trying to express that which is nameless by giving it a name, and that is scientific discovery. That leads you into the satanic hell of civilized life. Why do you have wars? Why do you have crime? Why do you have killing each other? Why do you have one man claiming superiority over another? Exploitation? It's all a product of your conscious, intellectual, satanically indoctrinated intellect. Plain and simple. You see, you create a fictional world and you live it. And that fictional world, based in words, is your God. You have given up the God of your being, the divine intelligence of the subconscious mind, and you have contracted with the satanically ruled intellectual conscious mind. And you must take the consequences of that ignorance until you restore balance. I am that balance. I am that Christ. And that is what is so hard for all you satanic intellectuals to accept. Because you have been trained since an early age by your parents, by your kindergarten, elementary school, secondary school, college, university. It's all forming a robot, an automaton, who is trained with garbage in, garbage out, computerized. Now that mind is going a step further into artificial intelligence, which they are creating robots, mechanical inventions that will take over the world and rule over you, biological robots, automatons. So when one nation declares war on another nation for the sake of population control, they're just operating at a different level over you, the common, ignorant ignoramus, who's been conditioned, who've been robotized, and you don't question your conditioning. That's the nature of the average man, public man, you see. You're dispensable. You see, when you contract with the military, you sign your name on the dotted line, you become government issue. You're no longer a living man. You're even less than a person, a civilian. You are expendable. And that's what soldiers are. Soul dyers who pledge their life for a fiction. They're so far down the spiritual drain that that's all they can do. They follow orders. They no longer think for themselves, but follow orders of others. But you see, that's just a level of hell. Few are aware. Now, what is awareness? Awareness is what is occurring when one is operating in the subconscious mind. It is non-dualistic. It is holistic. Holy. That's what holy means. It's whole, complete. It is what is. It is truth. So, when I say that I am the truth, the life, and the way, cue in on my energy, and you'll see that it is simple, direct, uncomplicated, and it cannot be argued with. Is that not what truth is? Not the idea of truth, but truth. The what is. That is what God is. I am that I am. Shocking? Only to satanic intellectuals who need definitions and need agreement to those definitions. And they live a world of contradiction. Sin. For that's all that sin is. You're living in sin when you live in contradiction. When you're divided in your consciousness, unaware. Is that the way you want to live? Meditate on that.